The Mexican Revolution, Iran-Contra, and Miley Cyrus are all on this day. Welcome back to On This Day. Today's date is November 23rd, 2022. It is the 327th day of the year. You got 38 days left in 2022. It is the 47th Wednesday in the 47th week and the 63rd day of fall. You got 28 days left until winter. Today is Fibonacci Day. Every November 23rd, Fibonacci Day honors Leonardo of Pisa, also known as Fibonacci. This man was one of the most influential mathematicians of the Middle Ages. The date corresponds with the first numbers of the Fibonacci sequence, 1123. Fibonacci was an Italian mathematician from the town of Pisa. Some say Fibonacci invented the Fibonacci sequence. Some say nature invented it and he just brought it to the forefront. The Fibonacci sequence is a pattern of counting that each number is the sum of the previous two. So 1, 1, and then there's 2, then 1, 2 is 3, 5, 8, 13, etc. So basically the two numbers before the number equals that number. It's math stuff. I don't understand math. That's not my point. I think math was invented to just screw with me. I could tell you anything about history, I could write you a book, and I can give a pretty good speech. If you were to put me on that show, Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? And they gave me a math question, I would probably cry and leave the set. But this is a mathematical thing that is found in nature. DNA patterns and hurricanes contain patterns showing this sequence. All right, let's see what else November 23rd has given us. 1863, the American Civil War. The Battle of Chattanooga begins. Union forces led by General Ulysses S. Grant reinforced troops at Chattanooga and counterattack the Confederate troops. 1914, the Mexican Revolution. The last of U.S. forces withdraw from Veracruz, occupied 7 months earlier in response to the Tampico affair. 1963, the BBC broadcast The Unearthly Child starring William Hartnell, the first episode of the first story from the first series of Doctor Who, which is now the world's longest running science fiction drama. I watched a couple seasons of that. Back when Billie Piper was on there, she played Rose Tyler. She was on for a while, 2005 to 2013. I should rephrase that. She was on from 2005. And then she took a break in 2008, came back for like 1 or 2 episodes in 2010, and then again in 2013. 1978, the Geneva Frequency Plan of 1975 goes into effect, realigning many of Europe's long-wave and medium-wave broadcasting frequencies. 1981, the Iran-Contra affair. Ronald Reagan signs the top-secret National Security Decision Directive 17, giving the Central Intelligence Agency, or CIA, the authority to recruit and support Contra rebels in Nicaragua. This, as we know, turned into a big fiasco. In a nutshell, this is what happened. Reagan supports the anti-communist Contras in Nicaragua. Later on, they find out that a lot of the money that's coming to the Contras is from drug smuggling, and drug smuggling into the United States. Well, of course, Congress and everyone else gets all up in arms about this, and they pass the Bolin Amendment. The Bolin Amendment said that they could no longer fund or support the Contras in their attempt to overthrow the Nicaraguan government. So this dried up the money that they were giving to the Contras. Reagan didn't care. He told his national security advisor to keep doing it, just find a way to get the money, because the money wasn't coming from Congress anymore. The national security advisor decided that he had an opportunity to take care of this in Iran. Some American hostages were taken, and he brokered a deal with Iran to free the hostages. Now, this was done through back channels because Reagan publicly stated that he would not negotiate. So Iran has promised money and weapons if they can get these hostages released. They did. Thing was, the CIA gave them the weapons, but some of the money that was allocated for Iran, they kind of just shifted it to Nicaragua, which was totally against what Congress had laid down. So they were breaking the law. In 1986, a Lebanese newspaper called Al-Shara reported the arms deal, and it all came tumbling down from there. They had congressional hearings, Oliver North became a kitchen table conversation, and it put a stain on Ronald Reagan's administration. One thing leads to another, and Oliver North becomes the fall guy. 1992, the first smartphone, the IBM Simon, is introduced at Comdex in Las Vegas, Nevada. 2019, this one's sad. The last Sumatran rhinoceros in Malaysia, Iman, dies, making the species officially extinct in the country. They do have some in other places and in captivity, but right now there's fewer than 80 in existence. Movies released on November 23rd, 1983, Terms of Endearment. This is like one of the first movies I ever went to that I just started crying. This was a sad movie. A widowed mother tries to prevent her daughter from marrying a man, but she doesn't listen. After infidelity comes into play, the woman returns home only to discover she is terminally ill. Everyone was in this movie. Danny DeVito, Jack Nicholson, John Lithgow, Shirley MacLaine, Albert Brooks, Deborah Winger. Good movie. If you've never seen it and you're a sucker for emotional movies, see it. If you don't feel like crying tonight, don't watch it. Terms of Endearment won the Academy Award for Best Picture, Best Actress, Best Supporting Actor, Best Director, and Best Adapted Screenplay. That's a lot of gold statues right there. Born on November 23, 1992, Miley Cyrus, after becoming a child television star playing the title character of the hit Disney series Hannah Montana, she went on to become an international pop star with such songs as Party in the USA and Wrecking Ball. In 2017, she served as a coach on The Voice. Everybody knows who Miley Cyrus is. Her father sang Achy Breaky Heart back in, the 90s. If you want to see a good video, there's a Dolly Parton song called Jolene. Well, Miley Cyrus covers it, and it is excellent. Died on November 23rd, 2012, Larry Hagman, American actor who is known for his roles as astronaut Tony Nelson on I Dream of Jeannie and the evil oil baron J.R. Ewing on Dallas. In 2012, Dallas was revived by TNT, and Hagman returned to his signature role. He worked as a ranch hand for a family friend when he was a young man. His first role was in the film Ensign Pulver, which featured Jack Nicholson. In 2012, Hagman said he had stage 2 throat cancer. He once commented about his character, J.R. Ewing. J.R. could get away with anything, bribery, blackmail, and adultery, but I got caught by cancer. In June of 2012, the cancer was said to be in remission, but a month later, in July of 2012, it had come back, and on November 23, 2012, Larry Hagman died at Medical City Dallas Hospital in Dallas. He was 81 years old. All right, that's today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you got some information out of it. Now go out, have a great day, and be nice to each other.